Hey YouTube, how's everybody doing today? I need to talk to all the mechanics out there, the grease monkeys, the wrench flippers, the wrench turners, whatever you want to call yourselves. Mechanics, professionals, not no just parts exchangers. That's what I am. I'm just a parts exchanger. When I had this flywheel, when I installed it on there, I put it on here brand new. But I noticed that there's I can't feel any pits or anything. It's just discolored. I want to know if that could be a problem. Do I just need to get into the flywheel now while I'm here? Here's another question. It appears to me, I hadn't tried to engage the starter yet to make sure it matches up with here. I noticed this flywheel, everything was more or less perfect on it. I don't see any chewed up areas in it at all. That's just dirt right there. It's a pretty decent looking flywheel. Just like this is a pretty decent looking flywheel. But what starter do I use? Ouch. Oh. Do I use this starter? Because this starter bolts up right here. It's a front. It bolts on 3 bolts on the front of your bell housing. It appears to me that you can use either or. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not really too crazy about these because you got to shim them up. Might be a different size flywheel. I don't know. I know that starter over there is the one that worked perfect with this flywheel. It looks like it'll go just right on in there. The bell housing will go right over the top of that. The clutch is in really good condition. As far as I'm, just by looking at it, I mean, I'm not no professional. This is just surface rust. It's where I washed, I think I might have had, got some water on it because I was washing. Is there anything I can do I just need some advice, y'all. I don't want to put all this stuff together. I mean, the black spots are going away if you rub on them. They're not as dark. They're still there vaguely. It's not really that bad. But again, that's why I'm asking you all these questions. I can probably clean this up with some WD-40 because that flywheel over there will look just like this. It'll clean up, I know it will. I mean, And is it okay to use sandpaper on this? Flywheel bolts up. It does fit. I had it bolted up a while ago. And here's another question. I know we're not gonna, I'm not probably not gonna worry about this later on. I just got a question for knowledge. What is this? Because when I turn the handle over here, when I turn the handle, you'll notice that it doesn't turn the four barrels on. I mean, I can, if I had two hands, I could pull that throttle back over there, and then I can push up on this, and the four barrels will kick in if I push up on this. I want to know what that's for. I want to know why. You can look down. You can look down in the carburetor, and you can see it squirting in these two cylinders, but you can't see it squirting in here. I want to know if the motor's got to be turned on for that to function properly, or am I missing some linkage here or something? Because I know I'm missing a choke. I already got a choke. Somebody gave me a choke to put on it. It's an electric choke. Or should I make it or should I get a, and I got the flapper too. I got all the parts for this. This is the way I got it, but I do got parts that somebody gave me that I'm going to put all this together. It's an electric one that bolts on the side. I was just wanting to know why my four barrels aren't coming in. I know nothing about carburetors. I just know that that's a Holley double pumper. A classic look. I wish I had an elder block, really. But anyway, if y'all could please answer that question for me, I would appreciate it. It looks like everything's gonna bolt in there just like it come out off this one, except for that starter. I need to know what starter to use. Anyway, y'all give me a heads up on this one. Do I need to buy? I probably don't need to buy another clutch, because this one looks in real good condition. Those designs that on there, that pattern, that was on there from brand new. It don't appear to be, in very bad condition, except for, give me a rag. See, it does come off. It will clean up. When I rub my thumb across there, if I could put a noise to it, it goes. It's just discolored. I don't feel any of those dots on there. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. Anyway, Tubeless, what do you think we ought to do? Huh? You think we ought to replace that? You think we need a new clutch? Huh? The mistake I made with this motor was I put the flywheel on here and I installed the motor and got it all together, and then the rear main seal leaked on it. I already know how to pull that out. use bread. And this one's drilled out for one, it just don't have it in there. How hard is it to replace this seal? It looks like a two-piece. I don't know. Then again, I'm not a mechanic. Is this for the cam? It says 036 right there, and it has a number 9 up here at the top. Will those numbers do anybody any good? I mean, got the numbers 223 on the side. 100666038. It looks like that's the number on the crank, which is, well, what is that? That's a 9342 93428. My size gun's going bad. I can't see it very well. Nine 26651. Anyway, how difficult is it to replace these rear seals in here? Or do you think I need to? This motor was a crate motor, probably been sitting in this truck for a couple of years now. It was bought and put in there in that Chevy over there, right there. That truck right there, right next to the Cameo. And as you can see, it doesn't look like it's been on the road, you know. They were in the process of finishing it. And he decided he's not going to finish it. And he sold me the motor out of it. So we're actually talking about, you know, this is what I think happened to this one, because this one was supposed to have been rebuilt, and it stood on an engine stand when I got it, so the dude said. I get it in the truck and it's leaking on the rear seal because the thing set for so long. The seals got hard in it. It did quit over time. I took two teaspoons of, somebody told me to take I think it's either 1 or 2 teaspoons of brake fluid and put in the oil. And I ran it for a little bit like that and then drained the oil. And it did slow it down. And the more and more I drove the truck, the less and less the leak got. If I used thicker oil, it wouldn't leak as much. And then after a while, it just got to where it wasn't hardly leaking at all. It wasn't leaking like it was. I'd use a quart of oil every time I go somewhere. But then after, you know, I hope I ain't mashing on any speakers or anything where y'all can hear me. Anyway, I don't want to make no mistakes on this one, man. I don't want to have to get back in there and pull the... And I've never replaced a rear seal in a 350 Chevy before. couldn't tell you the first thing about it. I do believe this is a two-piece. I don't know. How do you tell if it's a two-piece? Yeah, it's all blacked out except for where the heater goes. And to tell you the truth, I really wish I would have just left it alone. I couldn't use gloss on it because the fender well had pits in it. I'd have been on this thing forever. Priming it, sanding it, priming it, using a high build primer in there, sanding it. And I just, you know, I want to leave the paint patina. My son asked me to do that. He said, Dad, I love the truck as it is. He said, I don't know nothing about nothing. He says, I love to paint. I love to watch paint go on when I'm painting something. He told me that. He says, but this truck, in the color it is, and the wear marks on it, and the scratches and everything, he likes it just as it is. And so, I'm going to leave it alone, and I'm not going to paint it. I might clear it, scuff it down and clear it. I thought about doing this on this hood. This is where they had some blinker lights. There's already a hole in there. But I thought about not welding on this hood, leaving this alone, but taking and just putting a little spacer right here. And I might have to find somewhere else to support my idea. But I want to take some wire, not rebar, but something like quarter inch wire, you know, about something the size of this. Not copper wire, not insulated wire, just metal rod about the size of that. And take a tack welder and make a spider web that covers the whole front end, kind of like a bra, but not. A metal rod iron spider web. You know, kind of like come up here a little bit, maybe come up here a little bit, and then do your little, you know, go up here a little bit, and then do your little, not on the hood, not welded on the hood at all. I'm talking about a web that hangs over the hood. And don't weld it while it's sitting on the hood neither, because I don't want to burn my hood up, put a bunch of burn marks on it. I'm talking about creating something and making it fit on top of this hood. Making a spider web, you know, maybe over here, you know, make it come around like this a little bit, maybe on the corners, you know, do another like that, and then bring your spider webs to the nose like this, and make it perfectly clear. I don't want to weld on this hood. I don't want the spider web touching this hood. I could already use the holes that are here already. I didn't drill them holes. Some dummy, they put, it looked like they, I don't know what you call them, turn signal lights or something. These dumb things. They ain't even hooked up. They never been hooked up. Somebody decided, oh, that looks neat. Let's screw that on the hood. Let's put a hole in this precious hood. So I took them off to sand the other side down because I didn't want the screws poking through when I sanded the back side of this hood. And they're pretty much in the same place, but I want to elevate a spider web, a wrought iron spider web over the top of this hood. You know, maybe take some washers and something, make some crickets or some cockroaches, or just work this thing up with some art. There's that other phone. I've been looking for that. It just has a lot of memory on it. So now I know where it's at. I just now had to reset this phone because I've been using this phone for a camera. It's a hell of a it shoots really clear footage, but the memory space on it sucks. And I don't know what the deal is with these cameras, man. These camera phones, it happens to me constantly. If I have a phone that I'm using for a phone and I start shooting videos with it, eventually this thing starts updating, and then it gets down to where I can't even put a 3-minute video on here. Is what I shot a 3-minute video earlier, and my damn phone says not enough storage. I deleted all the apps. I deleted, all the extra apps in it except for the YouTube app. I don't even think I could have deleted that one. It comes in there factory. But my editing machine, I got rid of that. I got rid of YouTube Studio. I got rid of a lot of other things, all the other extra apps on here. And it still told me the memory was full. And so I reset the phone, and the memory, it's got a lot of memory left on it now. You put phone numbers and stuff on there, when I first start putting the phone numbers on, it'll still have a lot of memory left. But as the months go by, this daggum phone here will start updating, and it'll fill the damn phone completely full of updates, taking up my memory space. I hate this, So my alternative solution to it was leave this phone turned off. I reset it and just use it for a phone. For a camera. That's it. The phone don't work on it at all. And that's been going pretty smooth, except for this phone's got all kinds of crap all over it. And the lens, I think, is I had to buff the lens out a little bit because I used lacquer thinner on that lens and it fogged it up. But I finally buffed it out and brought it back to a shiny surface again where it ain't all foggy. Anyway, y'all let me know something. And I'll catch y'all till next time. Limster out.